Good afternoon, I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I'm going to tell you all a story about how I felt and, well, what happened after I found out that G1 was cancelled. When it came to the Bionicle stars, I discovered these were a thing, and, well, in 2010 I got them. I can't remember exactly when, but obviously early in 2010. Eventually ended up with all 6 of them, and I was looking forward to seeing what was coming out next. Got the final comic, and I read it, and I was like, wait, what's going on here? This isn't the end, is it? Ooh, yeah. Then I started to get worried, increasingly worried. Anxiety was building in my, at the time, 15-year-old heart. Yeah. I even was watching a video by some biotubers of the time that were talking about, well, we could have seen the Batera in 2010 as set releases. There was even a mask or a helmet that LEGO made themselves. Wasn't used, except for a prototype for Speed Demon. Then the Hero Factory leaks came out, and before that it was, and there was an announcement from LEGO that they basically canceled Generation 1, LEGO Generation, Bionicle Gen 1, G1. And anxiety was building in my heart, and at the time I was already feeling some kind of, dark emotions and whatnot, so, yeah, this was during high school, the worst 4 years of my life. 4 years I'll never get back. I'm sure it was the same for some of you, but let's move on. So, I was distraught. I was sad. I was, at the time I wanted to kill myself because I went with the mindset that a world without Bionicle was not worth living in. This was the same with G2 when G2 was canceled, but G1 was the true Bionicle. G2 was just a simple reboot. It was not meant to be taken seriously. So G1's ending, it ended with Matanui defeating Makuta, bringing flourishment and rivers, oceans, jungles, deserts, everything to Spherus Magna, and then he lays dormant in the Mask of Life in Tahu. Basically, holds up the Mask of Life, and now we're moving on. That's how the story ended, but there were still serials that Greg Farsty was working on and still continued to work on even during Hero Factory. I was like, Bionicle's gone. Well, yeah, that's literally how I felt back then. I felt like I just wanted to commit suicide because it was not worth living. Without Bionicle, life was meaningless. And I went with that mindset, truthfully, and I wasn't being elitist or anything, but I just couldn't see moving on without Bionicle. Bionicle stuck with me since 2001, since the McDonald's McTorin. And this turned out to be, well, fuck off computer. This was kind of insulting. To see LEGO canceling this theme simply because of sales. That's all that matters to them, is the money that they're making off of Bionicle. One thing I believe that they sabotaged G1 on purpose, and in order to make it look like they were sagging sales, so they canceled it effectively. And whether this is true or not, this is what I believe. And I was sad. I was disappointed. I was disheartened. This was a childhood toy that, you know, I just couldn't see myself living without. That's why I'm collecting all of the old G1 sets. I have all the G2 sets. Why collect more of those? G1 meant a lot to me. It really did. Back in 2010, I tried my best to go on, but I was really feeling increasingly negative emotions going into my sophomore year. And the Ben 10 sets I found out were replacing Bionicle for just 6 sets, for just that one wave, temporarily, until Hero Factory came out the same year. I was like, I remember watching a review on it from a classic BioTuber, and I was like, it's not the same. It's just not the same. Then Hero Factory came out, and I was like, well, here we go. So, while the first year of Hero Factory, I guess you could call it half year, there were still some Bionicle builds. You know, the villains, for the most part, were Bionicle builds. You take a look at Von Nebula, yeah, he's similar to Tuma in a way, but I like Tuma's aesthetics a lot, but the overall build of Von Nebula was actually pretty damn good. I got Rotor as well, but it's obviously sometime after Hero Factory ended. And Rotor even felt like a Bionicle Titan build. And the smaller villains, you know, the $10, $12, $13 villains, yeah, they felt like Bionicle builds as well. Thunder had like a Hordika-esque helmet sort of thing going on, which I thought was pretty cool. There's even Bionicle parts that were being used for Hero Factory. And Bionicle-like parts as well. So, while set-wise I was into this, story-wise I could not get behind it. We build heroes. Yeah, well, at the time I was really bitter towards Hero Factory because it replaced Bionicle, and even said on the canisters for the heroes from the makers of Bionicle. And it had the Matanui Island behind the Bionicle logo down below. I took this as an insult, and I started, you know, campaigning against Hero Factory. Just insulting the very name of Hero Factory based on my feelings at the time. It was bad enough LEGO canceled my favorite LEGO theme of all time, Bionicle, G1. But to replace it with something that's vastly inferior? Just no. That was not okay. And it did double the damage. It was like, yeah, so unfortunately I got in trouble in school for making a really shitty poster promoting, you know, or anti-promoting Hero Factory, you know, preaching hate towards Hero Factory back then. It was like, yeah, well, fortunately that poster is gone and it's destroyed, I think, so I don't have it anymore, so it's gone. But I was really into, you know, hating Hero Factory because it was easy to hate Hero Factory because it wasn't Bionicle. At the time, I was foolish. When CCBS started, I was getting the sets because I could. Because, you know, I might as well. Might as well build up the parts collection, take apart these fuckers and build my own mocks, and enjoy this theme while, at least set-wise, while it was still around. And you know what? That's exactly what I did. I bought, well, most of the sets. Well, okay, family members bought sets for me too, from Hero Factory. I didn't get the drop ship, I didn't get bulk and vapor. I plan on doing that at some point, but yeah. There were sets I didn't get from 2011 as well. I did not get Raw Jaw, I have him now, thanks to the Minifig Shop, shout out to them. And I didn't get Surge 2.0. Or Next Savage Planet Edition. So, and yeah, and I didn't get the entirety of Invasion from Below. When Bionicle was canceled, I was in a negative place. I was really in the most harshest hell that I could put myself through, because my favorite toy felt like it was being taken away from me by Lego. And it was all because of money. That's all it is. You want your money, Lego? Fuck you. And I went with that mindset for quite a long time. Obviously, in recent memory, well, obviously for the past 5 years now, I've kind of, well, grown up a bit, I guess. I learned to accept Hero Factory as a theme with potential, but some ideas were just kind of quirky and weird and stupid. The show was, for the most part, it was comical, but the wrong kind of comical. And I even have the DVDs. Hero Factory, while it's not as good as Bionicle, nowhere near, it was still something to tie us over until G2 came out. Then G2 came out, and it was like a dream come true. I already stated this in my previous Storytime video. But yeah. So then when G2 was canceled, it felt like they were taking pot shots at me with that one. And you know what? Fuck them for that. As I've stated previously in this video, I wanted to kill myself. I really, truly did. I truly felt that a world without Bionicle was not a world worth living in. And while that's not the right mindset to have, that's what I rolled with. And I truly feel bad about that. And obviously now I'm over it, because that kind of mindset is just, it's wrong. And Bionicle G1 being canceled was something that really struck a lot of fear in my heart, a lot of anxiety, a lot of just hatred, sheer anger, and rage at Lego for doing this. They weren't profiting enough off of the graphic novels, or at least the latter two, 8 and 9. The sets were not selling enough. Fuck off, computer. And they basically canceled G1 when the sets were still selling okay. That's why G2 existed in the first place, because the numbers in those the later years, 2008, 2009, 2010, early 2010, were still okay. But now, in G2, from 2015 to 2016, it's piss poor. The sales were piss poor. There are other things that went into G2's disappointment, but we'll talk about that another day. Maybe I already have, I don't know. But that's basically my story. I hated Lego for a time. And you know what? I kind of still do. But I've learned to put that beside me. I learned to put my hatred for Lego at the time, because they canceled Bionicle, behind me, because there's no point. There was no point in hating Lego for this. At the end of the day, it was a business decision. That's all it is. Sure, it was heartbreaking to lose Bionicle. Now twice. And it was just something that I could not have seen coming prior to, well, 2010. I was following the content. I was following the advertisements, the books. I was just enjoying Bionicle and all the stuff that I got from it. And for all that to be flushed down the toilet, fuck you, Lego. That's exactly how I felt. I don't know if anybody has ever felt this way too about Bionicle canceling back in early 2010. The story serials would eventually stop being written by Greg Farshtey, and they were left on cliffhangers. And that's disappointing too. So many disappointments came out of Lego. And it's absolutely just a mindfuck. It really is. Losing Bionicle, just, it was horrible. I didn't see it coming until I looked into it. And then, once I found out, I didn't know what to feel. I was able to get through the rest of my high school years in mostly stable condition. But losing Bionicle stuck with me for years, and it's still stuck with me. But for the most part, you know, it is what it is. Lego cancels themes if they are not making them enough money, so they canceled Bionicle. Wasn't making them enough money. 10 years into a 20-year planned run. There's a lot that went into Bionicle G1 that just went down the shitter. And Lego are not afraid of that, it seems, sending things down the shitter. Again, I just felt really sad, really down. This was something that bothered me. Even today, it bothers me that Bionicle G1 was canceled simply because of monetary just bullshit. Corporate greed is still something that plagues the toy industry and industries alike. And that's the truth. You don't want to buy into corporate greed, don't buy any of their products. So, well, Bionicle is not coming back anytime soon. And with the unfortunate cancellation of a fan game, it seems like for Lego, Bionicle is dead. But for us, as Bionicle fans, it will still be alive within us. We are trying our best, our hardest, to keep it alive. As fans, that fire will still burn for Bionicle. It burns within us and around us. We can't let go. We'll never let go. even if Lego wants us to let go, or outsiders want us to let go, we can't let go. We will never let go. I bought the Hero Factory sets, and some family members bought me Hero Factory sets as well. I also got Legends of Chima sets, the 6 that were available in America. And I even got DC Superhero Incomplete. But these didn't feel like Bionicle enough. And even G2 did not feel Bionicle enough. It was nice while it lasted to have Bionicle back in some capacity. But the true tragedy was G1's cancellation. And it stuck with me for so long, and I imagine it stuck around for a lot of you as well, I'm sure. I still say, today I'm still trying my hardest to stay strong and try not to, lose my shit. But it's hard. It's hard to, not lose my shit when my favorite toy was, just my favorite Lego theme is gone. And it seems like toy companies just don't give a shit. They don't. Even Hasbro has gone down the shitter, and that's not me being over exaggerating. That's the truth. Look at the pile of shit. Nobody's buying their shit, rightfully so. Bionicle canceling twice, both times, made me want to kill myself. And that's an over-exaggeration, I understand, but that's truly how I felt both times around. And while I'm not in that mindset anymore, I was still at that mindset at all. And it felt wrong. I wasn't going to stoop to that kind of thing. I was going to stay strong as best as I possibly can. Moving forward, after today, I will continue to stay strong and, make more content for all of you and my fellow Bionicle brethren who love this franchise as much as I do, if not better, or less. Now, obviously, there's some elitists out there, but we have no need for them. Hero Factory did not kill Bionicle. I will say that again. Hero Factory did not kill Bionicle. Unfortunately, there were people back then that believed it did. They're lying to themselves and to us. Hero Factory was just another theme that Lego wanted to put out. Another construction theme. But, much like the Ben 10 sets, wasn't good enough. Was not good enough. The introduction of CCBS was a fresh take on the construction idea. And yet, some people still believe that it's nowhere near as good as the Bionicle and Slicer construction stuff. Now, while I do understand that CCBS is nowhere near as good as original construction, it's still a good system. It's fun to mess around with, build all kinds of strange characters with it, creatures. You can build anything with CCBS. You might think otherwise, you're wrong. 100%. I'm grateful for CCBS, and it all started with Hero Factory Ordeal of Fire. That doesn't mean you have to call them Hero Factory parts. It started with Hero Factory, sure, but that doesn't automatically make it Hero Factory parts. DC and Marvel superheroes did this too. There were, obviously, Bionicle G2. There was also the Star Wars sets, which were selling more, obviously way more, than G2. Legends of Chima from 2013 and 2014. We didn't get the 2014 sets over here, but hey, you can always have them imported. There was a lot that you could do with CCBS, and I enjoyed CCBS while it was still around. That's why I'm going to get as many of the sets that I didn't get as best as I could, as best possibly, so I can use them to build my own creations. Star Wars, Marvel, DC superheroes, Legends of Chima, Hero Factory, and Bionicle G2. Whatever I need, I'll find the parts for them to build CCBS mocks. It's a viable system, it's fun, and I encourage you to build. Build with it, if you haven't already. Guaranteed, you will build something great with CCBS. I've built many things that were great for CCBS. If you disagree, fuck you, you're wrong. Bionicle, while it currently is in a bit of a stasis of, it's, for Lego it's dead, but for us, actually it's more like for Lego it's on life support, but for us, we're trying to keep that flame alive. So let's continue keeping that flame alive, let it burn within us and around us, and let's continue to build. Let's continue to make Bionicle content, regardless to if Lego and their legal team likes it or not. Fuck them. Let's make our content. Let's make Bionicle music. Let's make Bionicle videos. Let's do what we can to keep Bionicle alive. If you don't want to participate in this, well, all I can say is, fuck you. And how about a double, fuck you? Because you're not doing anything to help the situation. In fact, you're probably just making it worse. Bionicle was canceled twice. And everybody felt disappointed. People were able to move on, yes, but some of us weren't able to. At least I had the courage to move on, the strength to move on. I'm still alive, obviously, so there's that. I'm not going to let the cancellation of my favorite Lego theme just destroy me. I've let it destroy me before, but in this day and age, in 2025, no, I'm not going to let that happen again. If Bionicle comes back in one way or another, in any way, shape, or form, in this year or next year, or whatever, guaranteed I'll buy the set. If it's an SCCBS set, cool. I will take it. I'll buy it. If it's completely a system and no ball joints anywhere, not even the mixless joints, I won't bother. I just won't. I can't. I refuse. A Bionicle set that has no articulation. I understand the play sets existed for 3 years, But that's just the exception. And there was posability with items in that set. There were creatures that went along with some of those sets. There was a lot of construction parts in those sets. The Visorak battering ram had posable legs. The Kagarak from the Battle of Metronui also was posable. It was basically a Metro Blue and Gold Visorak. The 7th Visorak, shall we say. And the sea creatures from the Toa Terrain Crawler set and the other two 2007 sets, there was posability there too. So your argument is immediately invalid. So what's next? Well, as I've stated in a rant video yesterday, I'm going to review some Hero Factory sets in color. And if I already have, well, I'm going to be re-reviewing them. Because I might have some updated opinions. And updated thoughts. Stick around because I'll be posting some videos tomorrow, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I understand this was more than half an hour in length. In fact, yeah, it's a half and a half, basically. I hope you were able to enjoy this video in some capacity, because this was one I just had to tell, and it had to be this long because I had a lot to say. Losing Bionicle was a tragedy. It truly was tragic. Losing it twice was even more tragic, because it's the emotions I felt at the time. I mean, what more do you want me to say? So, that's all I have for you for this video and for today in general. Maybe I'll have a bonus video in HD. Oh, wait a minute. Now I have to charge my camera. Well, expect a couple of extra videos maybe tomorrow. But I'll be back tomorrow regardless. So, let me know your story and how you felt after the cancellation of G1 in the comment section below. Were you going through negative emotions as well? Did you hate high school as much as I did? I can imagine at least half of you did. More than half, possibly. And I will end it with this. If the cancellation of a Bionicle theme, or of a Lego theme, is enough to make me want to kill myself, that is a problem. And Lego probably should address that. Because yeah, it's just fucking balls. Obviously, that mindset that I've had for 2 cancellations, now a third because of Mask of Power being cancelled. This is a serious problem, and Lego needs to take a look at it. I mean, what else do I need to say? What the fucking mouse? Bionicle means everything to us fans. And if Lego and their legal team can't understand that, I don't know why. I don't know why we bother with them. Fuck them at this point. They'll never understand. They'll never truly understand our love, our passion, our blood for this classic, amazing Lego theme. For them, it's all just, it's just business. It's just business as usual. And that's the case with G1's cancellation, and it's also the cancellation, or it's the truth when it came to canceling Hero Factory and G2. Yes, Hero Factory was canceled because it was a business reason. Not because it was left on a cliffhanger that was never meant to be solved, but because it was just business for them. G2's cancellation was also a business decision, and I already said that. Well, let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Were you able to move on? If you have, well, you're probably typing in the comment section right now, so that's cool. Stay tuned for more videos. I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks. Have a good fucking day, and peace.